Vanakkam. Good afternoon to Mr. Ruben Arubagam, CEO of Inspire.my, Madam RoseMarie, and teachers joining this webinar. Thank you for spending your time at this moment to know about Quizalize. Welcome. I'm Madam Nirmala, your moderator of today's slot. I'm all the way from Tawau, Sabah. Without further ado, let me introduce our speaker today. Our speaker is Madam RoseMarie, is all the way from the Philippines. We are meeting her again for the second slot. By the way, she's a teacher by profession with almost 8 years of teaching experience. She's a passionate teacher who is very dedicated in sharing knowledge to people, especially when teaching and learning is concerned. She is also an EdTech advocate and a proud mother of 2 girls. At the moment, she is with Z's and Quizalize for almost 4 years now. She started as schools engagement executives in 2016 and became the country manager in the Philippines after a couple of years, and just recently became the SE Asia Customer Success Manager. She is in charge of helping educators all over Southeast Asia to get fully equipped with Z's and Quizalize. Now, please welcome Madam RoseMarie to present the presentation about Quizalize. So I'm sure all of us are very excited to know the second part of Quizalize. Let me welcome Madam RoseMarie.
Oh, it's my turn, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right.
All
So
right. Welcome,
thank
welcome,
you.
Rose.
Thank you, Ms. Nirmala. Thank you so much. Ruban, thank you so much again for this opportunity to share again with our Southeast Asian educators about the Quizalize and how this tool can be useful for you, especially nowadays that we are facing the challenge of the pandemic, the COVID-19. So I hope everyone out there, every one of you are safe and staying from home. So we can contribute to the progress of how we are dealing this pandemic. But anyway, going back, welcome again to this webinar session with me and the Inspire That My team. Today we will talk about more advanced features of Quizalize. So for the ones who attended the webinar one with Inspire That My, that session covered most of the essential things that you should know about the Quizalize. So, and today, what we are going to talk about today is we are now approaching some of the advanced features that you still need to understand or learn about Quizalize and how this tool can help you still deliver quality education, especially when distance learning is recommended. By the way, I'd like to say Selamat Pitang, Banakam, Selamat Pitang to our Malaysian viewers out there. I hope I pronounce well that words. Thank you so much to the people with me now because they taught me how to say that word. And for the Filipinos out there, Filipino educators, magandang hapon po sa inyo. Nandito po tayo ngayon ulit at sana'y matutunan ninyo if you have attended the webinar 2 for the Philippine educators before, you now have the idea of the things that we are going to cover today. I will speak a little in my language for now. Hang on. Okay, so pasensya na po kung may mga mali kayong maririnig sa akin dahil hindi ako masyadong comfortable when speaking in English. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. All right, so if you have any questions while we are on the discussion, by the way, please feel free to comment in this page and on the YouTube page or channel of the Inspire That Mind because my colleague Miss Maricar Ladines, our senior Southeast Asia customer success associate, will be there to assist you. So today is June 19, 2020, and again, welcome everyone. Moving on, webinars and premium are 100% free until August 1, 2020. So we are offering 100% free premium and webinars these days. So I hope you guys have started enjoying your free premium access. If you have not yet registered for a registered user, please feel free to go to zish.com, and instantly you will get access to premium if you are a new user. If you are an old user of Zish and Quizalize and you wish to activate your premium account, just send us a message and we will do that for you. Now, the question is, this is the question of the most of the teachers who've been attending our webinar series or sessions. The question is, okay, so what is next after August 1, 2020? That's why we are offering optional. This is optional because you can still attend the webinars for free. Again, webinars are free. So we do have, or we offer webinar completion certification program. This is optional only if you wish to continue your premium access until August 1, 2020 at a very special price, or yes, special price. And apart from that, what are the other things that you could enjoy with your certification? Of course, if you are a certified completer with us, of course, that is an additional credentials for you and a ticket to $10 for 1 school year after August 1, 2020. If you do have the certification, you are a certified completer of the Zish and Quizalize, you will get the premium access after August 1, 2020 for only $10. How much is this in Philippine peso? 500 pesos. And for the Malaysian, I think, how much is the $10 for you guys? In Malaysian ringgit. Sorry, I don't have any, any idea. But anyway, that is depending on the currency, the conversion of the currency. But that is the standard rate if you have, or if you are a certified completer with us after August 1, 2020. What else? We are actually promoting the Zish and Quizalize Ambassador Program. So if you are certified completer, you will also get an entry to become one of them. Okay, so there are so many advantage of being a Zish and Quizalize ambassadors. One is the speakership program. So once we send you to an event where a speakership is required, then you could earn a certificate, plus of course that is a paid job, and a lot of part-time job that we offer. So we will of course give a priority for our Zish and Quizalize ambassadors. Okay. So I hope by now this is clear with you that again you can attend anytime our webinars. It's free, and we do have the completion certification program optional, and these are the benefits if you have one. Moving on, so now let's go back to our topic, which is a webinar two. What are the expectations after this session? At the end of the session, participants will be able to, one, sync Zish and Quizalize classes to Google Classroom, or vice versa, rather, Google Classroom to your Zish and Quizalize. We will talk about how to sync your Zish and Quizalize, or the Google Classroom to your Zish and Quizalize, and we will also discuss the advantage of syncing your Google Classroom to Zish and Quizalize. As we all know by now, Zish and Quizalize provide us analytic data of whatever your students, based on the students' performance. So you will get those analytic data on Zish and Quizalize. So that is one of the advantage if you synchronize your Google Classroom to Zish and Quizalize. Moving on, we will also discuss how to create the top 4 objective question types. Again, we will discuss the top 4 objective question types. Okay, so these are the top 4 questions that we will discuss today. One is the multiple choice with image answer. So in webinar one, we've discussed how to create a basic question type, which is just a multiple type of question, just the multiple type of question, and just text. But this time we will discuss how to create a multiple type of question with image answer. And then we will also discuss the sorting or grouping with text, okay, and also with image. So sorting or grouping with text or image. So these are 2 different question types. The other one is text and the other one is with image. Now we will also discuss how to create matching type with text or image also. And identification, or this should be, or fill in the blanks. I always um have this confusion of the of or I don't know if I have the dyslexia or what. Anyway, so these are the things that we are going to cover today, and hopefully after this session you are equipped to use these features of Zish and Quizalize. Moving on, So these are the things that we need to remember for us to be able to create those type of questions. One is to remember the special codes that we will be using. What are those? We have sorting. Remember, it is written in small letters and followed by the colon and then slash slash. Sorting, linking, free text. Remember that the text has the E in between of the T and X. Okay, otherwise, if you will not follow this format, you will then have a problem with your question. Okay, so we have the sorting, linking, and free text. These words are in small letter, always followed by the colon slash slash. So, what are these special codes for? Okay, so for the sorting, we will create a question that involves grouping or categorizing type of question. Okay, and for the linking, we will use this code for matching type of question. And for the free text, this will be used if you are creating a question with a fill in the blanks or identification type of question. I hope you remember this. Okay, I think they are just another word for the supposed to name of the question type. For example, grouping. So we just use sorting instead of grouping. For the matching, we use linking instead of matching. And then the free text, well, this is for identification and or the fill in the blanks because the student have the free chance to write the answer. That's why it's called free text on the special codes. Okay, moving on. Okay, I know that we have a lot of tech savvy teachers out there, but if you are tech savvy, that's good for you. But I'd like to give emphasis on this one for those who are not very tech savvy and still want to or eager to learn how to create these questions. Okay, so this is your keyboard. And we just need to remember three special characters on your keyboard. What are those? The straight line, as you can see, where you can see the straight line that is under the backspace tab. Okay. And what else do you need to remember? The colon character. Okay. So there you go. That is a colon character, and where you can find it there on your keyboard. And then also the comma symbol or the character. So these are the three major characters or keyboard characters that we need to remember for today. Okay, actually, um, you need to remember this also for other type of questions. We have 19 in total question types, so most of those questions we will be using these three characters, keyboard characters. Okay, moving on. Okay, so now you remember those keyboard characters. Let's talk about the functions. What are the functions of those keyboard characters? The straight line should be inserted after a category name. Again, this should be inserted after a category name. The colon should be inserted to separate categories. Under each category, we have different sorry, under an item, we could create, for example, a sorting type of question with three categories. So we will separate those categories, but with the use of the colon symbol. And then also the comma sign should be inserted after an item in each category. So in each categories, we will create a different item. So we should separate those items with the use of the comma sign. Moving on. Okay, so we also need to remember this thing since we will talk about how to create those question types with images. So the use, or this should be used, the use. Okay, the use of the copy image address. All right. So remember, these are the things again that you should remember every time you are creating a question with images involved or with the involvement of the images. Okay, you have to always right click the picture again. Right click the picture and you have to click the copy image address. When you right click it, it will show you an options and you have to choose the copy image address option. And then after that, once you have get or once you have the copy image address, you will then have to paste this image address that you copied in Quizalize editor where you need to put these informations. Okay, and then remember to always once you paste rather the copy image address, you have to remove HTTPS, so on and so forth, and then up to the com slash. Okay, remove all of those and up to the com slash. And what will be the next step? Replace what you have removed. You should replace it by the number sign. Okay, so 5 things we need to remember one more time. Right click the picture, copy image address, paste the image address, and then remove the HTTPS something up to the com slash, and then replace it by the number sign. I hope these are simple things for you to do. I'm sure it will be you will get familiarized with it when we go to action. Okay, moving on. Let's give it a try. All right. So I will give you 2 minutes. Everyone who's with us right now, I'll give you 2 minutes. Could you go to zish.com and open your account or sign up for free if not yet a registered user? I'd like you to follow me on the step by step. So after this session, you are familiarized with it. I think 1 minute, just 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute. Okay. So 1 minute. I hope everyone can follow. So I think this is your chance to have a little hands-on while we are on the discussion. I'm sure you will love this after the session. You will enjoy this one. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's give it a try. Let's go to zish.com. Okay, okay, so this is how you log in. I'm not going to give emphasis on how you are going to sign up or log in because that was covered in our webinar one. If you wish to revisit those videos, you can visit the inspire.my YouTube channel, or for the Philippine educators, you go to ZQ or ZQ. I don't know how you pronounce that letter ZQ, and then EdTech Eats. For the Philippine educators, we posted videos in Taglish there. So if you wish to preview those sessions again, you just simply go back to that channel and do a preview. For the Malaysian teachers or other Southeast Asian educators, you can visit the Inspire.my YouTube channel to see or to preview these sessions. Okay, so moving on, let's go to, for example, I will open one of my class, Zish Inside Streaming, for example. Okay, and then remember, whenever you want to create activity, you always have to go back to the resources. When you click the resources, you will get the Discover here and the My Library. What's the difference between the two? The difference is that when you go to Discover, you can look for available resources. Okay, we have so many available resources for you that you can modify, contextualize, or even align it to your curriculum standard. Just remember that these are activities that you will find from the discovery here, or discover rather, are contributed by our users worldwide. So you might find some activities there that are good for your kids, but not good for your standard. That's why you can modify, you can contextualize those materials. Okay. All right. So when you go to your library, this is the place where you will see all of the activities that you have created. Okay, now let's create or click this create a new quiz here so I can show you how to create those questions. All right, we will discuss the syncing of classes after the question types. Okay, because it's just very easy. Okay, so this is how it looks like, the quiz editor. I'm not going to further discuss the functions of what you can see from here because this was covered in our first session, the webinar one. Okay, for example, I will write here a sample short quiz. You have to create a title for your quiz. Okay, and also remember that you can align this activity, your questions, to your curriculum standard. Just simply click the Align tab here and then look for your curriculum or whatever the curriculum guide you wish to use for your activity, okay? For example, in this case, I think there is a Malaysian curriculum by now, and Singapore curriculum also. Now, if there are countries out there that cannot find their curriculum, please feel free to approach us, and we will upload it for you. Okay, you have to pick the subject. For example, I will choose the English. Okay, and of course the grade level. You have to pick a grade level and then click the submit. So that's how easy it is on how you will align your curriculum, sorry, your activity to your curriculum standard. Okay, so click the add a new question here, and there you go. We will start creating questions. So the first questions that we need to create is what? Let me go back to this one. Okay, it says here that I need to create multiple choice with image address. Actually, this question type is now easy to create. Why? Because when you click the use image here, when you turn it on, automatically you will get those options to upload image from your computer or add an image from the URL. Okay. Right. So let's start creating a question now with a picture or images. Okay. For example, um, uh, for example, so okay, which is or where is the apple? For example. Okay. This is just an example. Right, so just click this tab here for the correct answer. Always remember to double check the correct answer that you set. Otherwise, if there is an error there, then you cannot blame your student, okay? All right, so apple. Actually, there is no apple in my example. Actually, I have mango, so I'll write mango here. And then, okay. Open it, and there you go. Right away you have the images in your options. Of course, this is a multiple type of question, so we need to have incorrect answers as well. Okay, I will pick the carrot thing as one of the incorrect answers, and then I will look for the other example. For example, this one. This is just an example. Okay. And this one as well. So it's very easy nowadays to create a multiple type of question with the sorry, multiple type of questions with images as the option. Okay, unlike before. Right, so you have the answer explanation here as I always share or recommend to the teachers who have attended my webinar series or sessions. I always tell them to always use the answer explanation because that could help your student to achieve a better mastery, especially when they are on their review. Okay, but that's optional. Now when you click the curriculum skills here, remember you align this activity in that particular or to that particular curriculum guide. There you go. You will have instant access to those skills and competencies. For example, I will align this question to this particular competencies. And there you go. We have already created a multiple type of question with images. Let's see how it looks like. Let's close it first. Click the student preview to check if we have done a good multiple type of question with the image. There you go. So where is the mango? Oh, got right. Okay. Now we have done that one. Let's move to a little more challenging question type. What is the next question type that we need to know? The sorting or grouping type of question with text. Okay. Let's start or let's begin with the text for now. And then after this, we will move to the question with images. Okay. Sorting. So that requires grouping what's this item for your student. For example, group the following pictures according to accordingly. Okay, let's say accordingly. Okay. Or you can create your own question. So remember, we are talking about creating a group of type or sorting type of question here with just text. So we do not need to click the setting here for the use image because for now we will not be using an image, all right, for this question. So remember, this is the word that we need to remember whenever we would like to create a grouping type of question. So sorting, colon, slash, slash, written in small letters, no space, and always followed by the colon, slash, slash, slash. All right. So now let's create categories. For example, fruit. Okay, so this is my category, right? So remember, we'll be using the three what's this? Three character keyboard characters for this question type. So this is a category, and I told you earlier that you need to insert the straight line after a category name. Okay, so this is a category name followed by the straight line, no spacing. Okay, no space. All right, so fruit. Okay, I will write here mango. So under the category fruit, I have mango. Can you add more? Yes, you can. Remember to always separate the items under a category with the use of what? The comma sign. Remember, I told you that earlier. And then let's say grapes. Okay, can you add more? Yes, you can. It's up to you. Just always remember to separate the items by the use of the comma sign. Okay, grapes. What else? A strawberry. Strawberry. Okay, there you go. Now I have three items under the category of fruit. I'd like to create another category. So remember to always use the colon sign whenever you want to create another category. You have to separate these categories by the colon sign. So there you go. Now I will create a vegetable as the second category. And remember, the name of the category should be followed by the straight line. There you go. Right. So under the category, I will write carrot. Carrot. Okay. And what else? What else? I can think of other vegetable. What else? Carrot. Squash. Okay. And what else? Squash. And okay, let's start from the squash. I can't remember some other items under vegetable. Okay, so there you go. You have created already a grouping type of question with the use of the sorting colon slash slash code. There you go. Now remember to always what? To always check the curriculum skills because automatically you will be asked if this is aligned also to similar skills and competencies, or you can click the yes tab or no and then look for the other competencies here. There you go. We have already aligned this question to that competency. I'll click the close tab here and I will move it up. So when I preview it, I will right away see the most recent question that I have created. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, click the student preview. Okay, so this is how it looks like. We have fruit and the vegetable category. We will categorize this item here. Mango is to fruit, and then carrot is to vegetable, strawberry is to fruit, squash to vegetable, and then grape is to fruit. There you go. Okay. Okay, now you have understand how to create a grouping or sorting type of questions with just text. Let's move forward and create another sorting type of question with images. Okay, there you go. I was about to say yan in Tagalog. My God. Okay, so just always remember to click the setting use image here whenever you want to use images. Okay. All right, so let's start creating a sorting type of question with image this time. So group the following pictures accordingly. So I will just use accordingly. So, I'm sorry to those people who know the standard of the question, the format of the question. I am no longer in teaching field, so I can't remember those things that we need to consider whenever you create a question. Okay, all right. So remember also to always write down or enter the code, the correct code for the question type that you are about to create. There you go. I have created the sorting colon slash slash. Why sorting? Because we are talking about still grouping, but this time with the use of image. Right, so this is a little tricky and you need to pay a little attention here. But as we move forward to other question types, for sure, you will memorize, you will get familiarized with it. And there you go. You can give it a try afterwards without me or without the help of the colleagues or my colleagues rather. But this is how it looks like, or this is how it works. Okay. We're talking about images in our question type. So always remember to click the upload image here, and this is where we will upload the pictures that we will insert it to those options that we'll give to your students. So sorting, and then let's create a category first. For example, doctor. Okay, so that is your category, followed by, remember, the column, the straight line, and we will upload here the image that we are going to use. This is the doctor. I will upload it. Okay. In the introduction earlier, I told you that whenever you use an image, remember to right click and then choose the copy image address here, and then go back to this box that where you need to fill in, and then there you go, paste the image address that you've copied. And also remember, we need to remove this thing, the https something something up to .com slash. Remove that, and you need to change it to number sign. Okay, so we have done what's this, a doctor as a category, and under this doctor we are expecting to see this image here, right? Okay, or let's say, let's change this one, frontliner, for example. Frontliner. Okay, so we have a frontliner here, and therefore we need to give more example for the frontliner. Okay, we need to create another item under frontliner. You have to delete this picture, delete it, and we need to upload another image that we want to insert in this question. This is also another frontliner here. Okay, and then remember, right click the picture, you have to choose the copy image address, and then after that you go back here. But this is another item under a category. What we need to do is to separate those items with the use of the comma symbol, all right, on the keyboard. Okay, once you have done the comma sign, then you paste the image address that you copied here, and go back and remove the things that you need to remove. What are those? The https something, where is it? Okay, let me check. Where it is. Frontliner. Okay, let me undo and then paste it again. See. Oh, okay, so there you go. I can see now, all right? So just remember to always begin your highlighting from the HTTPS something and then up to the .com slash, remove it by clicking the backspace, and then replace it by the number sign. There you go. We have two items under the frontliner category. Now let's create another category. All right, let's delete this one. Create another category. Right, so this is another category, so we need to separate it with the use of the colon sign. There you go. Then we will say, what else? Educator, for example. Okay, so that is another category, followed by the straight line, and then we will again upload an image for the educator item. Okay, for example, this one. Right. So again, go back to the picture, right click it, and then choose the copy image address. Go back to your item and then paste that copied image address. And you have to delete the HTTPS something, remove it, and then you should replace it by the number sign. There you go. For example, another item under the category educator. Remember to again separate it with the comma sign, delete this picture, upload the picture that you were about to use. What else? Let me see if I have an example here. Okay, this is just an example. This is an educator example. Okay, just to show you how the process is. Okay, right click the image and then copy image address, go back here and then paste it. So we will be doing that until this session ends. Okay, so highlight the HTTPS something out to the com slash and then remove it by clicking the backspace and then replace it by the number sign. There you go. So let's see how this looks like to our student. You should remove this image here. Otherwise, it will appear as part of your question. Okay, let's move the question up. Okay, let's move the question up and let's preview it. Do we have Filipino viewers out there? Okay. You can comment, Filipino educators. If you have any questions, feel free to post your question on the comment section of this page, the Facebook page. So my colleague, Miss Maricar, can answer you. All right. So we have two categories here, the educator and the frontliner. Okay. So the student then needs to sort out these pictures. Okay. Frontliner, and then this one is educator. For example, this one is an educator also, and the other one is the under frontline. Oh my God, I know. I finished my time. Okay, so there you go. You have created already a question, a sorting type of question with image. So how many questions we have done now? We have done 3 questions now. Let's move to the fourth one. Click the add a new question. What is the next question type? The next one is the matching type. Matching type. Whenever we want to create a matching type of question, remember to use the special codes, a linking, matching. Other word for that is linking, and then followed by the colon slash slash. So this time we will create a question with just text. So remove or turn off this setting first, and let's try to create a matching type of question. Okay. So for example, match the items in column A to column B, for example. Okay, or you want to give more instructions, then do so. Feel free. We have, you can insert unlimited characters in that section. Okay. So that is matching type. Then we will be using the linking word. Okay, small letters, no space, followed by the colon slash slash. Okay, right. So all right. So we when we talk about matching type, we should have a category and item under that category. Normally, we have one category and one item, right? So for example, numbers or number, for example, that is a category name always followed by the straight line. And then what is expected under the number, say, for example, 9. Yes. What else? For example, 8. So as you can see, I separated those items under that category with the comma sign. And what else? For example, 7. Oh, actually, we will just be using 1. So number, that's 9. And then we will create another category. Remember to separate categories by the colon sign. For example, color. Okay, color is a category name, so that should be followed by the straight line. Color, red, for example. Okay, there you go. And we will also create another one as a word. Okay, word is a category name, and let's say baby. All right, so you have the baby under the category word. Now let's see how this looks like. Let's move it up. So when we preview it, we will see the most recent questions that you have created, or question that you have created. Where is it? Linking. Oh, okay. So it's already on top, right? So click the student preview. Start button. There you go. So you can as well use these items here on the column on the other side of the columns, and the other one also in another side. So it's up to you which of these you will be using as a category. Right, for example, number 9, color is red, word baby. Okay, so that is a matching type of question with the use of the code linking, colon, slash, slash. All right. Now let's create a matching type of question also that requires image. Okay, so let's click the add a new question here. And there you go again. Whenever you want to create a question with images, always to turn on this setting here. Okay, so let's create a matching type, match the pictures correctly. Okay, so matching type, then we will be using the linking, all right? The colon, followed by the colon, slash, slash, small letters, and no space. Okay, so linking, we need to create a category. For example, fruit. Remember, the category name should be followed by the straight line, and we need to upload an image here for that item, fruit. Okay, this one. And remember the steps? Well, after the session for sure, you will you will memorize those steps because I keep on repeating it entirely in this discussion. Okay, so right click the image, copy image address, or click the copy image address here, and then go back to this section and then paste that image address that you've copied. And remember to what? Remove or highlight the HTTPS something up to the column slash, remove it by just clicking the backspace and then replace it by the number sign. There you go. So you now have a picture under category fruit. Now let's create another category. For example, people. Okay, so people is another category that should be followed by the straight line. And we go back here to this section and let's upload that item that we want to use. People, okay, for example, this one. Remember the steps? Right click, click the copy image address, go back to this section, then paste that copy image address and remove or highlight the HTTPS something up to the that column slash, remove it by this backspace and then replace it by the number sign. There you go. And last one more, let's create another category. Can you create more? Yes, you can create more. Okay. For example, colors or shapes rather. Shapes. That is a category name, should be followed by the straight line. Go back here, delete the old picture, and then upload the picture again. Shapes. Okay, remember to go back to the picture, right click, choose the copy image address, go back to this section, and then paste the copy image address, and then highlight the HTTPS something, and then remove it, change it, or replace it by the number sign. There you go. Okay, let's see how this question looks. Okay, let's move up the question up. Okay, one more. Okay, there you go. Click the student preview. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So shapes for this category, sorry, for this item. Again, you can switch the column A and column B. It's up to you. If you wish to use the images as your category, then the words as your items, it's up to you. Okay, fruit, and then the people here. Okay, you have done or you have created already a matching type of question with images. Now let's go to the last one, which is the identification or fill in the blanks. Very easy. Okay, just click the add a new question here. Let's create a question. We actually do not need an image, but if you want to use an image, for example, in this question, as part of your question, you can do so. Again, always remember to click the setting here, use image. Okay, let's try to create an identification type of question with image. Okay, so I will upload an image here. Okay, actually, I will change another picture. Sorry, I will use another picture. For example, this one. Okay, and the question, for example, is what is in the picture? So this time we are using a picture as part of your question. Okay. Now the answer should be written by your student or should be given by your student how to create that kind of question. Remember, we will use the code free text. Again, the text, it has E in between of the T and the X letter. Okay. Or letters. So free text, the students are expected to write carrot. Okay, there you go. It's this is very simple as like this. Okay, for example, you are uploading a picture and the students need to give the name of that person in the picture. Can the students have the spacing here? Yes, yes, they can. Just I'd like to highlight on this part that whenever you use a code, remember to not have a space in between of these letters here, and after the slash the correct answer should also not have the space, but you can write the space here in your correct answer section. For example, name Rose Season, so you can create this question with the space in between if we are talking about the correct answer itself. Okay, but for the codes you should not to have a space in between of those letters, and the colon is a slash slash thing. All right, let's see how this question looks. Okay, I'll just move up again. Okay, and preview it. Click the start button, and there you go. This is your question. What is in the picture? So the students are expected to write the word carrot. Click the submit. Okay, carrot is correct. So that is a question with a free text question with image. It's very simple to create the question with the free text or fill in the blanks without image. So just click this question here and then create a question. For example, the Philippine national hero is, okay, so fill in the blanks or the blank. Okay, you need to use the free text colon slash slash code. Okay, and you have to write the correct answer. For example, the answer is Jose Rizal. Okay, always remember to align your questions to your curriculum guide or competencies. It's very useful for you when you align those questions to the right competencies and skills. Because remember, in one of the things that Zish Hubs could give you is to find out the least and most learned skills or competencies. So to make it very useful for you, always align your questions to your curriculum standard. Okay, right. So let's move up the question. All right, and click the student preview here. Let's see. Philippine national hero is, and then the student are expected to write this answer. Okay, so it's done. Right, so I think we have already covered all the question types that we need to talk about today. Let's preview them all right? So student preview. All right, so in total, we have created 6 question types in total. I have just given an additional one, which is a free text with the picture. But in total, we have created 6 question types today. So click the start button here. Oh, sorry. I am I am previewing all the questions that we have done. All right, so this is the fill in the blank type of question. Another fill in the blank, but this time with image. Okay. What else we have done? Matching type with image. So people, fruit, shapes. Okay, and then what else we have done for today? All right, so matching type with just word. Baby, color, red, number 9. Okay, and we have also done sorting or grouping type of question with images. Okay, Okay, there you go. And we have also created, what else? A grouping type of question with just word. Okay, squash, carrot, strawberry, grapes, and then mango. Again, if you wish to add more categories, yes, you can. All right. So again, each of those sections in Quiz Editor are unlimited characters, so you can add more words or more categories. All right. So this is a question type with images. Sorry, this is a question type much as sorry, a multiple type of question with images. Okay. Where is the mango? Okay, there you go. Okay, so I hope you were able to follow these steps on how to create these question types. Now let's move forward and talk about how to synchronize your Google Classroom to your Zish and Quizalize. One of the advantage of synchronizing your classes is, of course, whenever your Google class are synchronized to Zish and Quizalize is the in-depth analysis. All right. So if you missed the webinar one, again, we've mentioned or we've discussed there the things that you could enjoy with Zish and Quizalize when it comes to analytic data of your students' performance. Okay, so I'm not going to give you insights to that because that was covered in our webinar one. Now let's move on and synchronize our class. The things that you need to remember synchronizing your class is one, make sure that your Gmail account, again, you have to use the Gmail account. Make sure that your Gmail account is what? A teacher account. Okay. What else you need to remember whenever you want to synchronize your Zish and the Google Classroom account is that sorry, the Gmail account that you are using for your Google Classroom should also similar to your Zish and Quizalize account. What does it mean? That means to say that you just need to use one Gmail account for Quizalize and for your Gmail account. All right. So my Zish account is not a teacher account. So I will use my colleague's account. We use this account for demonstration purposes. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, we will talk about Google Classroom and syncing that class to our decision Quizalize. Okay, where can you find the Google Classroom? I'm sure every one of you know already how to use the Google Classroom. For those who are not yet very familiar with Google Classroom and syncing your classes to Zish and Quizalize, you can follow me, right? Okay, so where can you find your Google Classroom? When you open your Gmail account, you will see your picture here. Next to your picture are the small dots. So click those small dots and then look for your Google Classroom. This is how the Google Classroom looks. Okay, click it. Okay. So again, you have to make sure that your Google Classroom is a teacher account. Oops. Okay, I think I have switched back to my account. I need to use this one. Okay, so there you go. I am now sure that my Gmail account is a teacher account. Sorry, this is in Tagalog. Okay, now I have to go back to my Zish account and make sure that I am using just one Gmail account. Okay, this Gmail account that I am on now. Okay, so this one I'll be using this one. I have to make sure. Otherwise, if you're using two different email accounts with your Google Classroom and your Zish account, synchronization is will not work. Okay. So I hope by now you understand that part. So I have to, oops, no, I have to log in. I have to log in my Zish account. Okay, so how you will know that your Zish account is already synced to your Google Classroom. To your Google Classroom. Just simply go to your name here on the top right corner. You will see the account setting there. Click it, and then you will find, or you will see there whether your account is already synced to the Google Classroom, and or if you are a free, or you are still on a free account version or on a premium version. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's loading. It says it's loading. Am I on? Am I still on, guys? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Am I still on?
Yes, we
Oh,
can
okay.
hear you. We can hear you.
All right,
But
thank
only
you.
thing is loading quite slow. Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
perfect,
So that's
perfect.
why I had this feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
In the meantime, we have one question from the
yes,
teacher, one of the
yes.
teachers. She's curious to know whether this Quizalize is available for Tamil language. For Tamil
What language?
language.
Sorry.
Tamil language. We have different subjects. So one of the subjects is Tamil language. So is it available?
Well, as far as I know, you can use your language with Zishan quiz. I'm not sure if that is written in different format of writing. I mean, is this language using different form of writing?
Yes.
Okay, all
Different
right.
font of writing.
Okay, thank you. As of the moment, what I know is that this is available for Arabic writing, as well as Chinese. And I have to confirm with my colleagues if this is available in that particular language. I'll get back to you as soon as I
Sure.
can for that
All
question.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I
What
guess
else?
that's all. So you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Right,
Right.
so I'm still waiting to load this part of the page. But anyway, yes. Just in case you wish to use other forms of writing, like the one mentioned by Miss Nirmala, just approach us on the chat support, and we will get back to you as soon as we can with the feedback of whether or not that can do or not. Okay. I have to refresh maybe. Actually, this is the last part of this session. And after this, once I've shown you how it works, then we are done for like 10 more minutes. If this loads fast.
Sure, no problem. Take your time.
Thank
Yeah.
you. All right. So again, how you can confirm that your account is already synced to the Google Classroom, because that is one of the things that you need to make sure of. All right, that your Zish account is already synced to your Google Classroom. So click again your name. It's located on the top right corner of this page, and then click the account setting. And here in that part, you will see whether or not you are still on a free version, a premium, and also if your account is already synced to the Google Classroom. I'm not sure what is wrong with this one. Okay, right. So I have to send this page to my colleagues. Okay, anyway, so that is how it works. Again, how you can confirm that your account, your Zishan Quizalize, are already synced to your Google Classroom is, again, when you go to your name, go to the account setting, you will find it there. I'm not going to give more time of that. Okay, maybe there's some improvements that our engineering team is currently deploying. That's why I cannot able to open that part. But anyway, now you know how and where to see it. Okay, now let's sync. All right, so as of the moment, I have these classes on my Google Classroom. I have Aquamarine, the demo class, Sampaguita, and so on. All right, so when I go back here and I will add a new class, for example. Okay, so right away, you will be able to see asked to create a new class or sync with your Google Classroom. If you wish to sync your class, this class to your Google Classroom, simply click the sync with Google Classroom here. And then once you have done that, you just need to what? Click the filter or the drop down button here, and it will show you all the classes you have already in your Google Classroom. So this is also another way for you to figure out whether or not your account is already synced to your Google Classroom. Why or how? Is that if we go back here, remember I only had how many classes with my Zish account? I only had two. I have two. Now when I add a new class and I click the sync with Google Classroom, my account is already synced to Google Classroom, and then I click this drop down button here, it shows all of my Google Classroom classes here. Okay, for example, I will use the Aquamarine. I will sync it to the Zish and Quizalize and then click the create the class. Just remember, teachers, that whenever you use that option, the rest of the access point option for your students on Zish and Quizalize will be avoided. Why? Because you just sync your Zish and Quizalize to Google Classroom. That means to say that your students will be using Google Classroom. Okay, initially they will be using the Google Classroom. Now, what is the purpose of synchronizing your class to Zish and Quizalize? Again, when you go back to Zish and Quizalize, you will get those analytic data that we've discussed in the webinar one. Okay, when your classes are synced to Zish and Quizalize. As you can see here, this is an example of a class that is already synced to the Google Classroom. As you can see, there is a box icon there. Now, let's see if the other classes has that icon also. Let's go to the class 2. Okay, when you go to class 2, there is no icon, right, in the class name. This is because this class was just created on Zish and Quizalize. Again, the difference is when you synchronize your Zish and Quizalize to your Google Classroom, that means to say that your students should go to the process of the Google Classroom. If you are familiar with the Google Classroom, one of the things that you need to do is, of course, register your student first, right, to your Google Classroom, and then the students need to accept that invitation first. Okay, so we need to follow the Google Classroom procedures on how your student will answer the activity. Unlike when you create activity on just Zish and Quizalize, then we have different options for your students on how they will be able to access those classes and activities as well. Right, so whatever you assign from here, for example, I will be using my Zish and Quizalize. I'd like to use available resources, for example. I'll click the assign activity or assign a new activity. And then I will look, for example, an activity that I want to assign. For example, riddles, rather. I will click the three small dots here. Oops. Okay, hang on. So whatever you assign from Zish and Quizalize to your synchronized classes, Google Classroom classes, the students will automatically get those activities. For example, math riddles, all right? Oops. Okay, I'll go back to Aquamarine. I will assign a new activity. Click the assign a new activity. And then I will go to my library. I will look for the activity, for an activity. For example, this one. Right, click the assign tab and make sure that you are assigning that activity to your preferred class. For example, Aquamarine, that is synced to your Google Classroom, and then click the assign activity here. The settings, the functions of the settings also were covered in the webinar one. So again, to those viewers right now that haven't attended the webinar one, I am really, or I highly recommend you to go to the webinar one first before you move forward to other sessions, for you to find out if this is really beneficial for you or not. Okay, or you can or if this is really a good choice for you to pair, with whatever alternative delivery modes you have for distance learning and on. Okay, before you move forward to other advanced features. All right. So this one also was covered in our webinar one. So I'm gonna skip it for now. But I highly recommend using that when we are giving reviews to our student. But back to activities. I'll just click the back activities. Let's see if that activity has assigned successfully. All right, so there you go. We have the title quiz here that I have assigned using my Zillion Quizalize that is synchronized to my Google Classroom. Let's see if this is or has been posted to my class Aquamarine. This is Aquamarine. Okay, let's go to the Aquamarine. Click the Aquamarine class or whatever class you assigned an activity. All right, and there you go. It says here that I have already assigned that particular quiz. So when your student access the class, the particular class, for example, the Aquamarine, then they will be able to access the class and then go back to Decision Quizalize for the analyzation of the data you've collected from your Google Classroom. Okay, so I think we have covered almost everything that we need to cover for this session. Do you have any questions? Is there any questions?
Hang on a minute. I'll just browse through to check.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
we're waiting for you. Yes, we're waiting for you, Nirvana. I'd like to
Yeah.
greet these Philippine
Actually,
educators.
the teachers, I find that they are very happy with your presentation. And so far, the last question, the first and last question was about the Tamil language. Other than that, everything they're posting like, thank you for sharing, wonderful session, and quite a
Wow,
number
thank
of
you so much. Oh wow,
quite a number of
I'm really happy that
very
you guys
useful.
appreciated my presentation.
Yeah.
By the way, Nirmala, can I have
Yes.
a little moment to just greet my co-Filipino viewers on Facebook right now? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. You want to
Thank
read?
you.
You want to read?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you, thank you. Ma'am Jane Beltran, thank you so much for watching. Sir Martin, Ma'am Garmet, Ma'am Maricel, Ma'am Digna, Sir Nes J, Ma'am Valentina, at marami pa pong iba. Thank you so much for your time with us today. Again, I am inviting you to preview the introduction of Zish and Quizalize because we've spent for like 2 hours for that session just to give you all the information that you need to know basically with Zish and Quizalize. So thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rose, for the explanation. Yeah, I do agree with you. To our audience out there, you really need to go back to inspire.my, watch the video recording that actually dated on 5th of June. Okay, 5th of June this month. In order to know more of the information, the technical part, how to get started with Quizalize, and oh my, got a lot of information that you need to really write down. Take note. I think you need to view that particular video in order to get started with Quizalize, and you will discover the beauty of using Quizalize actually. And
Okay. Mm-hmm.
at the same time, today Rose managed to cover the second part that covers mostly about the types of questions, and I think we have to view that again in order to take down all the little informations given that will really actually make up our steps in getting all the types of questions done. And at the same time, I noticed that regarding the what synchronization with Google Classroom, I have a question.
Yes.
Rose, perhaps you can answer because I'm not that an expert yet in using Quizalize. So I have a question here. Actually, I mean, our audience might be from the private schools or the government schools. So those who are from the government schools, right? We have a digital learning portal whereby Google Classroom, Google technology is embedded into it. So one of the feature in it is Google Classroom, which most
Mm-hmm.
of us are using in nationwide, apart from Microsoft and Apple technologies. So just now you did mention that if we were to synchronize the classes in with a Google Classroom, right, we need to have Gmail accounts, meaning to say Quizalize has to be created in using Gmail account. At the same time, the Google Classroom as well, we need to have it in using our Gmail account, right? Otherwise, it
Mm-hmm.
won't work, isn't it? So I tried it just now; it doesn't work. What is actually my what the question that I'm going to ask is that we have different account ID for our Google Classroom from the
Yeah.
digital learning portal.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, the Quizalize, we have Gmail account. So it will definitely not work, right? So what is your suggestion? Meaning to say we need to open our another Google Classroom account using Gmail account, apart which because it doesn't synchronize with our the government ID.
Mm. Okay. Just for clarification, Nirmala, your government ID, is it created with Gmail or other type of
Ah,
email?
the type MOEDL is
Ah,
from.
okay. All right. So, as of the moment, when we say Google Classroom, as far as I know, I'm not very expert with Google Classroom. I think Ruban is very expert to that. But as far as I know, when we say Google Classroom, we are referring to a Gmail account. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes. But I mean, whatever email you have, okay, just to give a clarification in this part, whatever email you currently have, is okay to use with Zish and Quizalize. Okay? Whatever it is, Gmail, Yahoo, 365, whatever type of email it is, just to make sure that that is an active email. Okay? Now, your question, I think, is more of the Google Classroom side. As far as I understand, when we say Google Classroom, you have to use your Gmail account. Okay. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Google Classroom works with other type of email account. I'm not sure on that part. Okay. But what I know is that when we talk about Google Classroom, you have to have a Gmail account, and that Gmail account will be used to access your Google Classroom. Okay. So once you have a Google Classroom, as of now, what I understand is a Gmail account and should be a teacher account, because there are Gmail accounts that are student account. Okay, like for example, that's why I did not use my Rosemary at Zish email, because that is not a teacher account, Gmail account. Okay, so you have to check whether your account is a teacher account on Google Classroom. Otherwise, you will have a problem synchronizing your Zish and Quizalize account. Again, things that you need to remember. One is to make sure that your Google Classroom or Gmail account is on the teacher account, under teacher account. Okay. You can check it with your account information if you are on a student or on a teacher account. Okay. Once you're okay with that, go back to Zish and Quizalize and make sure that this account that you're using on Google Classroom is similar to the registered account on Zish and Quizalize. That is only for the Google Classroom scenario if you just wish to synchronize them. But again, whatever type of email address you have, email account you have, you can still use Zish and Quizalize.
Okay. All right. It's a very good information because I was thinking only with that Gmail account. So
Mm-hmm.
after this, I think all of us need to explore in order to, synchronize
Yes.
the account to Gmail account. Yeah. Thanks a
Yes.
lot for the information.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I think so far everyone is they are saying thank you for sharing. I learned a lot.
Wow.
Very good
I'm so
sharing.
glad.
Quite a lot of positive comments is coming
Wow.
along.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have anything to say?
All right. So, yes, thank you also, Nirmala. Thank you, Ruban. Thank you to our viewers out there right now. But I will leave this short assessment for you to be able for you to be able to get an automated certification of participate. I'd like to give emphasis on this because when we were on the webinar one, I just sent out a registration form there, and I've seen a lot of responses that are not covered by the discussion that we had. So now for you to get a certification of participation straight coming from me, you have to go to this process. You have to open your browser. We will actually answer a short quiz. Go to zzi.sh. You have to follow these instructions and enter the code XGJ2869, and then you have to type a username because I have used the second option for my students to access the activity. We have four options. So I just use the second option, which is you should write your surname followed by dot, followed by your first name and at QDL2 because we are now on the second part. .com. Again, you should follow these instructions. You have to create password and then that's the time you will answer the activity. Now, remember on the webinar one, we can assign differentiated type of activities. I have assigned the registration link for that certification to those group of participants who will get a passing rate. Okay. So if you did not get or you will not get that registration link, that means to say that you did not get a passing rate for this short quiz. So this is only just a five question which is related to our discussion today. So can I can all right, I will check whether there are teachers out there who have participated in this activity. Let's see, just a very quick look. Okay, I have set this activity for wool day, for this wool day, all right? So you can go back again. If you miss some information, you go back to this video and make sure that you pointed out those information and go back to the oh, sorry, you only have one attempt for this activity. Sorry. Okay, let me see if I have students participated already. Wow, look, I have so many failing students. I'm sorry if you guys did not able
Any
to get the registration link. All right. So you need to go back to this video preview again and see if you have missed some information. All right. So thank you so much. And for those who have passed this examination or this short quiz, then you will have the chance to get the certification of participation. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Rose, for your great explanation about Quizalize and willing to give certificates for our audience out there. This is wonderful. Quizalize
Yeah,
has
for those
benefit
who
in
will
teaching
pass
and learning.
the quiz, by the way.
Oh, okay. Those who,
For those who did not
yes,
pass the
yes.
quiz, you need to go back and review what we have learned today.
All right. So, is there
Yeah,
any
okay.
number limits? Is there any number of limits for them to give the attempt?
Only one.
Only once. Oh my. So, what is the passing rate like?
Well, remember when we talk about the webinar one, we have the different levels of the scores. Like if you will get 80% up,
All
then
right.
that is the passing rate. I think the questions are too simple. Yeah, you can
All
manage it.
right.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. All right. Thank you, Rose. So, teachers out there, it's better to review the videos again and in order to score so that you will not miss out the certificate, which is, I would say, internationally recognized. All right. So, as educators, we are fortunate that we are going to get a lot of information from this app, especially during this time around, during remote learning. So, I would suggest that you view all these two videos in order to get better understanding and you will be able to create something for your students. All right. All right. So, now, dear teachers, as usual, subscribe to inspire.my YouTube channel. You will need to fill in your attendance form based on the link that is appearing on the screen now. So I think you can see in the on the screen and so in the chat box. Okay, just a gentle reminder. Please fill in the forms correctly, especially check the spelling of your name, your IC number, and your email address. So make sure your name is written in capital letters. Check your IC number again and again and your email address as well. Do not share the link to anyone else as it is meant for those who are attending this webinar only. So we really hope that you will be able to fill in the attendance form within next 1 hour. So the forms uh, will close by 2:50 p.m. So thank you very much for all of you out there for being with us for almost, I think, almost 2 hours, 1 hour 50 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes, right? 1 hour 20 minutes. Yeah, sorry, 1 hour 20 minutes. And we hope to see all of you in the upcoming next webinars. Please support our inspire.my. Thank you from all of us.
Yes, for the Filipino educators, by the way, please also follow our ZQ EdTech Eats YouTube channel. We have a Taglish version of the webinar series there, so you can check those out also.
All right, bye to everyone. Bye,
Bye. Thank
Rose.
you.
Yeah, bye.